Hello YouTube, I'm Fisher on here. Today I'm going to be taking a top 5 look at my top 5 TV shows. We'll start off with number 5, which is this. It's Two Broke Girls. It's a comedy about two girls in New York. Max is a waitress at the Williamsburg Diner. Caroline was rich, but unfortunately her dad conned loads of people out of loads of money, so she ended up broke, if you will, and ended up working at the same diner as Max, became best friends, and at the heart of it, it's about two girls trying to make their dreams of running a cupcake business a reality. So that's my number 5 pick. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's very funny and well worth a watch. And at number 4 is a classic, One Tree Hill. Obviously, I'm assuming everyone's watched One Tree Hill at least once. But if you haven't, it's about two brothers, which I'll show you on here. Lucas and Nathan both play basketball. In the early seasons they play basketball. Peyton was with Nathan, but then ended up with Lucas. Lucas started going out with Brooke, but liked Peyton, and then 2 times. Anyway, it's a really good drama, and it's got a lot of humour in it as well, and it's one of my all-time favourite shows, and I think it always will be. It never seems to get old, and the show itself has reinvented itself 3 times, I think, over the course of it airing. Because it started out with them like this in high school, all very young and sort of not aware of like the hurt and pain the world can cause. Over the course of the first 4 seasons, they find it out a lot more. Peyton has her struggles with her mum. Both Nathan and Lucas have their struggles with their dad. Brooke has some very unfortunate storylines in the first 4 seasons. Haley as well discovers that stardom doesn't always come as easily as people think it does. Then they matured and came back for season 5 and 6 after they graduated college 4 years on. Then at the end of season 6, Peyton and Lucas left together. Then in season 7, reinvents itself again, which takes it on to season 9. Up next is another one of my all-time favourites. I know this is 2 shows, but I still class them as the same show, considering they consist of the same characters, which is The Vampire Diaries and The Originals. For those of you who've never watched Vampire Diaries, again, simple concept. Damon and Stefan, 2 vampires, got turned in 1864. Stefan recently came back to his hometown, Mystic Falls. Began to fall in love with Elena. Damon shows up his brother, and then all kinds of hell breaks loose after that. Various big bads come in, which leads me on to The Originals. Because over the course of season 2, 3 and 4, Elijah, Klaus and Rebecca, 3 members of the original vampire family, the first vampires are turned, rock up in Mystic Falls. Klaus wants Elena's blood to make more hybrids. Elijah wants to find redemption for his brother, and Rebecca just wants a normal life, and occasionally Stefan, Damon or Matt Donovan, whatever mood she was in. Then they moved on to New Orleans when Klaus found out he was going to be a father. Yeah, werewolves can procreate, apparently. And he knocked Haley up, and in season 1 and 2 of Originals, it's all about keeping Haley safe, keeping the baby safe, and regaining control over his sort of hometown of New Orleans, which is the city he claims he built. So yeah, again, 2 great shows, well worth a watch if you haven't seen them. Very sad that both of them are coming to an end, unfortunately. But about 8-9 years of really great TV there. Now, my number 2 and number 1 were very hard to tear between, but I've done it. I've got them in order. So number 2 is something very different from the TV shows that you've all just seen. It is NCIS. Simple procedural drama about the agents who were at NCIS. A lot of people shove this, rightly or wrongly, in the same category as CSI, which personally I think wrongly, because NCIS and CSI are 2 completely different kettle of fish. In NCIS you get a lot more heart, you get a lot more in-depth character development in the storylines, you get a lot more humour in it, especially from this guy right here, Michael Weatherly, who plays Tony DiNozzo, who is an absolute legend. He never fails to make us laugh in an episode. And all the cast just really gel well together. I think this is probably one of the only shows that I can sit and watch again and again and again and never ever get bored. It's that good, and it never seems to get dated either. Even though you can tell, like, watching season 1, the technology's old because it was off 2003 and it's now 2017, but it never, storyline wise, it never dates, which is what great TV should never do. So yeah, my number 2 pick, NCIS. And onto my number 1 all-time favourite, and if you can see behind me, there's a few clues lurking on the wall. It is Supernatural. I'm very ashamed to say this, that I didn't watch Supernatural from the first episode. In fact, I only got into Supernatural about 3-4 years ago, maybe. A friend of mine was nagging us to watch it, especially once I started watching Vampire Diaries. He was like, "Oh, you've got to watch this show, it's great, it's really good. First 3 seasons are amazing." And I eventually caved in one Sunday because I was bored, I had nothing else to watch. Watched the first 3 episodes, loved it, and it was, ever since then I've just kind of seemed to shit it. There has been some ups and downs in the show. There's been some storylines that hasn't been so good, but I've stuck with it, and I truly do enjoy the show. For those of you who've never seen it before, it's about 2 brothers, Sam and Dean, who hunt monsters, demons, ghosts, poltergeists, Wendigos, anything that goes bump in the night. Them hunt across America. In season 4, we get the introduction of Castiel, who's an angel who helps them hunt. You've got various notable storylines, including the rise of Lucifer, when Lilith brought the 66 seals to break Lucifer from hell. The demons escaping from the Hell's Gate, the trials to close the gates of hell, Crowley and his rise to power in taking over hell. A lot of people don't like it, but the Leviathan storyline, which I didn't think was that bad. It was nice to have a season dedicated to one big bad. But yeah, it's one of my all-time favourite shows, and it's got a lot of good drama and hilarious comedy at its heart, which really is what a decent TV show should do for you. You can sit and watch it for an hour, be taken on a road trip, and just forget about everything for, the duration of the episode. Laugh and giggle along with the humour and the jokes in the show, and like I say, just basically be taken on a nice little journey. And that's why I love Supernatural, and that's my number one pick. I've got some more videos to be doing today. I will get on film them now while this uploads. Thank you very much for watching, for anybody who has watched. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye.